Hello, my name is Camille Save, author of the book Sorcerers of Stone, Architects of the Three Ages, a book that examines the three different architectural styles of the ancient world and gives theories as to the who, what, and why of their creations. Today we're going to visit the amazing site of Chetaqaqa, located just off the main route going from Cusco to the Sacred Valley. This will be part one of a 4 or 5 part series where we look at the various wakas, or sacred sites as they are called here in Peru, known to have cave systems within them. Come join me on this magical journey to Chetaqaqa. For centuries, there have been rumors about a vast and mysterious underground tunnel network said to run beneath the city of Cusco, Peru, that many believe also extends to the far reaches of the Inca Empire. These underground tunnel systems, known as Chincanas here in Peru, have recently been getting a lot of press due to the work of the Chincana Project, whose mission is to find and excavate these sites. Led by Peruvian archaeologists Jorge Calero Flores and Mildred Fernandez Palomino, the team has now uncovered 3 areas of tunnel systems at Sacsayhuaman's main site and have found evidence of megalithic foundation stones deep within these Chincanas. I have to say, due praise should be given to the Ministry of Culture and the scientists working with the Chincana Project for pursuing this important work. However, one thing that has confused me is that many people have reported that the Chincanas are only rumored to be in Cusco, when in fact, the Chincanas have been known for centuries by the locals who live in the residential areas in the foothills above Cusco. In fact, so many houses are built right on top of or adjacent to these ancient sites that feature obvious cave systems running through and below them. It is pretty obvious that the open secret of the rumors are very real. And I must say that the Ministry of Culture has surely known about them, as they have been covering up the cave passageways with gravel and dirt for decades. These are only rumored to be here, but actually we can find them in residential areas, which I'm going to show you shortly. And here we can see some Inca wall right on the main thoroughfare from Pisac to Cusco. We can see where the ministry has filled in all of the entryways into the Chincanas, and they're not really hiding it that well. You can still see a little bit on the tops where people still could get in, but it would probably be a very tight fit. And here you can see where they actually put some kind of concrete in there with some grill that's holding it together to keep people out. This whole waka is actually riddled with holes and tunnel systems. And as we walk around, let's see what else we can find. Oh, a lot of calcite. Wow, great deal of calcite. Here's the bus. This is how close these wakas are, right on the main road. Another cave that they've tried to bury, but we can see it was once an entryway. Okay. And now we're coming around to the megalithic part. And you usually find, when you find these Hanan pacha rocks, you usually find some megalithic stuff, which is around it. And here we can see some really fine work. And also another cave entrance over here. And here we are going in the lower cave at the Chetaqaqa Waka, and it goes back quite a ways, and then we can find some gravel and dirt probably about 50 yards into this cave system. So here we are at the Chetaqaqa Waka, which is right in the foothills above Cusco and below Sacsayhuaman Fortress. And we're going to be walking up into the cave system. And here you can see an area that is highly vitrified. It's extremely smooth and cold to the touch. And this is another area which is highly vitrified, very glossy and smooth, not very big, just a little edge here on this waka. And this is the inner chamber where many ceremonies have taken place. Here you can see where somebody had a fire recently, and also where there's a lot of coca leaves and flowers for people making offerings. We can see some really interesting ledges that also are vitrified. So when people say that Chincanas are rumored to be here in Cusco, we have actual proof that they're not rumored, they are actually here. And they're quite stunning and mysterious, and we still don't know exactly who used them in the past. Though people will say these are Inca work, but I don't know. They don't have the tools in their toolkit to really carve these amazing wakas with this very hard stone. Some of it is metamorphosed limestone, and others are andesite. So the Inca only had bronze tools and pounding stones. So does this make sense? We can see another inner chamber in here. And we can see ledges and what looks like some seats. Another chamber over here. Let's see if we can get a better look. Let's see here. And here you can see more carvings above. A little ledge sticking up on the top. And what looks like another entryway in the Chincana is right here. And it's perhaps when I was filming on the outside, this might have connected and the city had filled it in from the roadway. So we can see from above, we see these areas where there's cavities within the rock. And I've actually seen this in other places, but sometimes they still have a stone which is fitted into these particular ledges. And in this place, all the stone has been taken off. So at one time, this was a covered cave. And here we can see some megalithic work that is actually on top of the Chetaqaqa Waka. And yeah, kind of strange, just 3 blocks. And here we can see more of these top grooves where they once held some megalithic stones, but they have been removed. I don't know who removed them, but I have seen them on other wakas here in the residential areas on the foothills above, or actually below Sexy Woman. And yeah, let's go on up. Whew. It's good to have 2 hands to do this. A lot of broken glass here, so you really have to be careful. Oh, where you place your hands. Here's a little niche on the top, and the view going down into the chamber down below. And here we can see what looks like an air vent that's going into the cave. And a view of Cusco, which lies below us. It's too bad people here in Peru just do not pick up their litter. It's really kind of sad. You see like alcohol bottles and Coke bottles everywhere. And I don't know, what is this? Lack of education, I guess. Lack of consciousness. And here we are near the top, and we see a little hole here. I don't know, for ventilation, or is this natural? And now we're on the top of Chetaqaqa Waka, and we can see how some areas definitely look like they were formed, and some of the areas a little more natural. But this is right above the cave. And here off to the distance, we can see another cave. So once again, you can see how close we are in the residential neighborhoods to find these Chincanas. And here's what we have been looking at in Chetaqaqa, things that look like fingerprints. And this is on top of this waka. So it does seem to be everywhere around Sacsayhuaman. Thank you for joining me on this journey to the wakas and Chincanas systems here in the residential areas of the foothills of Cusco. If you like this kind of content, please like, subscribe, and follow. I'd love to do more videos in the future, and wishing you all happy travels.